Where are the best duty stations for soldiers who are beach lovers? Let's get to it. Hi, I'm Kylie, just another Army vet. I enlisted as a medic in the Army in the early 2000s. I just recently medically retired. We're here today to talk about what are the top duty locations for soldiers who are beach lovers. Let's talk about my criteria on how I chose these duty stations. First, it had to be within about a 2.5 hour or so drive of a beach. And second, I'm not including any of the beaches on the Washington or Oregon coastline or any of the beaches in New York or New England area because that water is just too cold. So, I am really excited about today's video because I absolutely love the beach. It's one of my favorite places to go. So, let's get into my list. I have narrowed down the list to 5 duty stations. Plus, if you stick around to the end of the video, I have one bonus. Number 5, Joint Base Langley-Eustis. Now, this is in Virginia, and it is about an hour away from Virginia Beach, which is not a bad drive at all. But what puts this as a favorite in my book is that it's only about 2.5 hours or so from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. You have Nag's Head, Duck, Corolla, and Kitty Hawk. I mean, there are prime tourist locations because the beaches there are just amazing. If you've not been there, I highly recommend it. It is beautiful beaches and there's a lot of fun things to do. Number 4, Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland. Now, Aberdeen makes the list because it is only about 2.5 hours away from the Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore, you have Wildwood, Cape May, Avalon, Ocean City, Atlantic City. There's so much to do there. I mean, you have boardwalks, amusement parks, you have all these great beaches. I highly recommend, if you've not been to the Jersey Shore, you need to get yourself there. If anything, you gotta try some of that Jersey Shore fudge. It's so delicious. Oh. Number 3, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, which is in Columbia. Fort Jackson isn't a great location because if you were to travel southeast toward the coast, you would hit the Savannah area beaches and the Hilton Head area beaches. I mean, there are a lot of great beaches there, and there's a lot of things to do. They're huge tourist locations. Then if you travel up the coast a little bit, you'd hit the Charleston area beaches, such as James Island, Kiowa, Edisto Island, Isle of Palms. And then you travel a little further up north, that's when you hit Myrtle Beach. Only about a 2.5 hour drive from Fort Jackson. Again, these beaches are all prime tourist locations. There is a lot of things to do, and this is why Fort Jackson made the list. Number 2, Hunter Army Airfield and Fort Stewart, Georgia. Hunter is located in Savannah, and about an hour away is Hinesville, which is where Fort Stewart is located. They are both considered to be the same installation, which is why they share the same position on my list. The great thing about living in this area is that not only are you about 2.5 hours away from the northern Florida beaches, such as St. Augustine and Jacksonville, but if you were to go 2.5 hours or so north, on the way to the Charleston area footprint beaches like Edisto Island and Isle of Palms, you would be hitting Hilton Head. And just outside of Savannah, you will hit Tybee Island, Jekyll Island's not too far, St. Catherine's Island. I mean, there's so many places you can go. It's a gorgeous area. So that's why this made my list. Coming in at number 1 is Hawaii, which should be no surprise to anyone. I put Hawaii on the list as a whole just because there are so many different Army installations in Hawaii. I didn't want to just pick one. So you have a lot of options in terms of being stationed in Hawaii. And I've never been there, but hopefully one day I will. Hawaii is a series of islands, so anywhere that you are located, you will be surrounded by water, obviously. In terms of the U.S. Army presence, there are at least 6, 7, maybe more different Army installations. The most notable being Fort Shafter Army Base in Honolulu. That's where the U.S. Army Pacific Command is based. Then you have Tripler Army Medical Center, which is also in Honolulu, and that's one of the most forefront medical centers in all of the Pacific Rim. Then you have the largest Army post in Hawaii, and that's Schofield Barracks, which is in Oahu. If you've made it this far into the video, then thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Alright, now it's time for my bonus location. So, the winner is Fort Irwin, California, home of the NTC National Training Center in the middle of the Mojave Desert. How did this make the list? It made the list because it is only about a 2.5-hour drive from Los Angeles and all of its iconic beaches. Think of Venice Beach and Santa Monica, Marina del Rey, and it's not far from Huntington, Long Beach, Laguna, Malibu. It's all within about 2.5, 3 hours drive of Fort Irwin. And that is how it made my list. If you got anything out of this video, then please comment, share, and like. If you want to see more videos just like this, then please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Kylie, just another Army vet. Until next time, signing out.